What's up? Good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday. I know it's early. I like to complete the objective. I have a task at hand, 100 days consecutive with video content. Today is day two. So I'm excited. I figured get straight to the point. I like to talk about business. I like to talk about making money. So if you noticed in the caption, I couldn't think of the word caption. I talked about making money in business. And then I put simple. I'm not saying making money is easy, but I believe if you sorry, what's going on? My speaker here. Um, Sorry about that. My speaker started making noises. Hope everyone can hear me. I didn't test my AirPods. I usually have my podcast mic, but I'm not using it today. Anyway, let's just get right into it. I hate rambling and wasting time. So, making money in business. So, here's some things I want you guys to consider when starting a business. And I believe if you apply these principles, that you will see making money is not really that difficult if you take things into consideration. I'm, and the litter robot wanted to go off. I have all these distractions around me trying to throw me off course, but I'm not going to let it. So here we go. So I wrote some notes and I have them on the side. So the first thing is testing the viability of your business. So the thing about business, it's finding the right business for you, finding a business that makes money that you can do yourself, and some businesses take a lot of risk. They need capital to start, investments. And when you're risking a lot of money and you're not even able to test your business model, test your plan, you're going to waste a lot of money in the process of trying to figure out what business suits you, something that you can fit in your schedule. Some of you guys may have full-time jobs and you're like, well, I want to start a business. I want to be an entrepreneur, but I only have this much time. I only have these resources um, at my disposal. I only have this much money or this much capital to get started. And it's finding a business that will work, and make money. So I believe if you can't start a business and make money without a big investment, then it's probably not a good business to start anyway. You got to be able to test your skills, especially if you want to get into the entrepreneur world. You got to be able to test your ability. And sometimes that there's a process to that. You got to grow as a person, as a leader. You got to grow your influence, which takes personal development and takes investing in yourself, not investing, not starting a business. Not a lot of people. Here's a mistake a lot of people make. I want to start a business, so they go in the Secretary of State. They start a business entity. They get an accountant. They pay for a logo. They pay for a website. They're like, well, I got to get a staff, or I have this idea, and I need this big investment. And you're wasting so much time and effort and money when you haven't even tested the viability of that business model, right? So, for instance, businesses on paper, it's vanity. Business is money coming in. So let's just look at it simple, like this. Money coming in, it's business. Money going out, vanity. Money going out is not business. Money coming in is business. So we want to look from a simplified manner. Profitability is business. You're making money, right? And that's what we want to do. We want to make money quickly. All right. So the only way you fail in business is losing money. So if you're not losing money, you haven't really failed. You're just, if anything, you're just learning and growing in the process if you're not losing money. All right. So here we go. So let's talk about this. So risk versus reward. I'll use the business I'm in just because I understand it, I know it, and I'll compare it to some other things. So let's just say um, starting a lawnmower business. All right. I don't know, a couple grand. You need a lawnmower, a weed eater, blower. Okay, cost you a couple grand. Mow a few yards. You're trading time for money. You have to be there. You have to cut the grass. You make this much money. It's linear. All right. You could hire a crew, which costs more money. You have to pay the staff. You have to buy more equipment, or they can use your equipment and you could take a small percentage, but it's still not very scalable. And it takes a couple grand investment, right? What I do takes a couple $100. You can get started. Let's go back. Hold on. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's look at resources. What people have at their disposal as far as resources. Um, what a lot of people want to pay for: website, domain name, trademarks, logos, staff, employees, products, distribution. Um, all that stuff costs money. But let's just look at it like this. Let's look at it like this. What if you could start a business with little to no money? All right. So, for instance, and test the viability of that business. So, for instance, let's say $200. All right. I can borrow that from my 10-year-old son. $200, you're in the business, you start your business. Products paid for, premium products, marketable products, sexy brand, distribution channels you can build, but the cost of distribution is done for you. Corporate staff done for you. We'll talk about staff versus employees. So staff, a lot of people, this is a mistake a lot of people make. Well, I'm starting a business, I need an assistant. Okay, so you're going to pay that assistant. They know that number one, either need to make you money or save you time. Okay, so a staff or employees cost you money. Now they can make you money, but that takes time to, that's a process because you're only making margins because they're getting paid. You're getting a percentage of what's left over versus a team. And what I do, a team saves you time, but it also makes you money because you're leveraging your time with the effort of a team. It's like, if going back to the lawn cutting business, if every lawn you cut could go start cutting lawns for you, how many lawns would you be able to cut without having to buy equipment, without having to hire staff, without having products or inventory? Um, there's just, you don't have to risk. So it's all risk versus reward. It's all profitability versus liability or expenses, right? So when you can test things, so if you're starting a business, you want to test different things. It's like experimenting. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try this. Find out what your niche is. Find out what your strength zone is. What you feel comfortable doing. What gets you excited. What gets you fired up. So you might want to test and try different things in that process. But if you're investing a ton of money and a ton of time into each one of these options, you're going to run out of either time or money before you find exactly what you're looking for. So you need to start businesses that cost very little money, yet have huge upside potential, huge, tremendous, uh, tremendous profitability, tremendous potential when it comes to profitability. So it's not hard. So for instance, let's just take network marketing. What are the resources that you have right now? Okay, so everyone has social media. Everyone has a network of friends. Everyone has a cell phone. Everything else is free. Everything's done for you. So, like I was saying earlier, your corporate staff, the company, you're an independent contractor working for the company. So you're not a W-2 employee. You're an independent contractor. Yet you get to leverage their expertise, their knowledge, their products, their premium products that they've developed. You didn't pay for that product development. You didn't pay for that research. You don't pay to have these products shipped to your customers. All of it's done for free. But you can still apply things that are important. In fact, the most important things in personal and entrepreneurship, which are your personal development, your influence, your leadership, your ability to build a business and scale and leverage your time and make money. I went from doing very poorly financially, in a really tough spot, to turning that over in one day, 1 week. We get paid daily. So when you can when you can work quickly and turn a profitability quickly, that's That's money. That's money in. That's business. So even if if you vet, let's just hypothetically speaking, you invest $200 and you make $1,000 your first week, you're $800 in the black. You have a profitable business. Someone else can open up a franchise, Subway franchise, invest 200 grand. They are in the red for their first 4 to 6 years. They're hiring staff. They are, luckily they have systems in place, but we have systems in place already as well. So they have systems in place, but they still have to hire staff. They have to invest lots of money in material or ingredients and materials and products to resell to customers. It takes a lot of their time. They're there 8 to 10 hours a day for years, interviewing staff, firing employees, um, investing money, investing time. I mean, the business owns you. So you're taking a ton of your time, ton of your resources, ton of your money, and investing it in hopes that this will turn a profit in years to come. That's an option. You may get there and say, I hate this. I hate dealing with these teenagers trying to make sandwiches, dealing with customers. I hate this. I wish I'd have never spent this 200 grand. What was I thinking? But now you're stuck. Now you're 200 grand in the hole. Or 200 bucks, start a business, have no employees, yet you can build a team. Your team saves you money. You can leverage your time. They can still out earn you. So it's a team of members of a team who create profitability, and you're able to leverage your time, and everything else is paid for you. You could turn a profit day one. I made like $1,100 or something my first day in this business. So you could turn a profit day one. So you're in the black. You're making money. The resources, every team member that you bring on board has the resources that they need to build the business. It's right here. This is it. That's all you need. And a network of people. The difference in people who are very successful and who aren't is just a simple matter of influence. It's a matter of credibility. It's a matter of networking. It's a matter of putting in the effort. What's up, Amber? What's up, Shana? Good morning. Good morning. Glad you guys are joining us. So you can't fail because there's no risk. You're risking 200 bucks, which with even a minimal amount of effort, you can make that back. In fact, the $200 is that you're spending, you're actually purchasing products to consume yourself. So you're actually not even investing. You're actually purchasing the products to consume. So you know what you're selling, you're using the products, and you're going to benefit from this product. So it's not even an investment. But then you know what you're marketing. People it doesn't cost money to have a conversation. It doesn't cost money to um, network and meet people and add value to other people. So you're risking nothing. You're risking nothing. So when you're looking at starting a business, and I'm not saying by any means that you should do what I'm doing. It's an option, but it's one of endless options that you could do that could make money. But if you're going to try to find a way to make money, and I'm talking about people who just want to be an entrepreneur. They're like, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to invent something. I want to go on Shark Tank. I want to start my own business. I want to be the CEO of Me Incorporated. I want to build something from nothing. Then what do you want to do? Start writing ideas down. Right? I'd like to try this. What are your goals? I want time freedom. I want financial flexibility. I don't want to have a boss. I don't want to be a slave to the system. I want to have some, autonomy in my life, have some options. Okay. What are some business ideas? Well, I could start a lawn care business. I could start an advertising business. I could start, um, just write down anything that you can think of. Business ideas, idea. What do these businesses cost to start? How can you test the viability of these businesses? How, how can you see which business best suits you? How many of these businesses are scalable? Because see, there's 4 quadrants in making money. If you've ever read Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, he has a book called The Cash Flow Quadrant. Basically says there's 4 quadrants in cash flow. You could be an employee, work for someone, trade your hours for dollars. Active income, you have to be there in order to get paid. If you're there, you get paid. You're trading your time for money, which I said yesterday. You can't have both. If you're trading one for the other, how would that make sense? If I'm trading one thing for the other, you can't have both. So, employee, that's one way. Self-employed, small business owner. Well, we're looking at these options here now. Self-employed, you own your own job. You still make your own, you still have to be there in order to get paid, but you work for yourself. Still active income. 95% of the population either is an employee or they're self-employed. They either work for someone or they own their own job. They have to be there in order to get paid. Those 95% of people, as per Robert Kiyosaki, say he says they earn about 5% of the wealth in our country. Active income, linear income. The other side of the quadrant is your B quadrant and your I quadrant. These are big business owners and investors. These are people who leverage. Leverage is huge when it comes to business. They leverage either their time as a big business owner, they're leveraging their time with lots of other people's efforts. It's a great place to be. Or they're leveraging their money. Their money's working for them passively. You invest money, which takes money. So another thing to consider if you're going to be in the I quadrant, if you want to make a passive residual income off of an investment, your money's working for you, you have to have money to invest. It's a great quadrant to be in if you have the capital to invest and enough of that capital in order to pay you enough money to cover your bills to give you options. You're a big business owner. Okay, so that right side of the quadrant, your B and I quadrants make up about 5% of the population, yet they control 95% of the wealth. So just from a simple statistical uh, perspective here, where would you want to be? Part of the 95% of people controlling 5% of the wealth, or part of the 5% of people that control 95% of the wealth? Simple. I want to be part of the 5% of people who control 95% of the wealth. So what does it take to move from the left side of the quadrant to the right side of the quadrant? Linear is the left side, leverage is the right side. So I got to go from having a linear income, which comes from working for someone or owning my own job, over to the leveraged income, which means I'm scaling. So you look at your businesses that you're writing down, these business options that you have. Number one, what is the risk? How much do I need to invest of my time or financial capital? What resources do I have at my disposal? Like, what do I have that I can use to build one of these businesses? How much time would it take to do it? And does it have the ability to scale? What is the potential, the earning potential? If it is successful, how much can it pay you over time? Okay. So you can, on your own, write these things down, write down options. What would I like to do? What are my interests? What resources do I have? How much money do I have to invest? How much money do I want to risk in order to find which one of these options works? So if you had $10,000 to start at your disposal to figure out a business, and you tried two different businesses that cost you 5 grand to get started, and you could pay 5 grand just for a website, and neither one of them worked, boom, you're out of luck. Or let's just say you had businesses that cost no money or little money, a couple $100 here, $100 here, $300 here, $500 here, no money here, but you could still get involved. You can start making money, test the viability of that business, see if it's going to be profitable, see if you even enjoy it, but has the earning potential and the scalability to leverage your time and to create real wealth. Why would you not take that route? It would be, to me, it's so logical. It's almost insane not to do that. So that's some things to consider. And I'll just give you an example. What I do, $200. $200, you're in the game and you can start building profitable you can start building a profitable business day one. You could make more money in your first day than you invest. So boom, you're making money. So now you have a business. You have more of a business making money than someone else does with the trademark, website, logo, Secretary of State, business entity, employees, staff, franchise, brick and mortar, advertisements, Facebook page, all of it. Still in the red, no profitability. They don't have a business. That's vanity. That's like, oh, look at me. I'm a business owner. This is my logo. How much money have you made? None. Well, we hope to be profitable in the next 3 to 5 years. Okay, cool. But Amber, who I see on here, who's out earned lots of people, made lots of money. She didn't have all that. I know Amber. She's in the business that I'm in. Very profitable leader. Has a huge customer base. Did over $50,000 in sales in 1 month from her and her network of customers. She's making way more money than all these people who had this business on paper. Amber's got a business. These people don't have a business. Vanity, fake, show, smoke and mirrors. Amber, real business, making money, profitability, residual income, scalability. How do you fail in business? You lose money. How else could you fail? What else would be considered a failure in business? To me, if you're growing and building a business, if you're not losing a lot of money, then you haven't really lost anything. Your time that you've invested in the business you're going to grow from that time. It gives you experience, it gives you lessons. You'll go through trial and error. You'll grow as a leader. You'll uh, come across adversity. You'll set goals. You will grow. So you didn't lose anything, even if you didn't build a profitable business in that sense. As long as you didn't lose money, you didn't fail. You didn't fail. So how many businesses can you start that, you know, can pay you that type of money without with the resources that you have without risking failure, which is loss of capital. Speed. How fast can you build momentum in that business? How quickly can you turn a profit? Well, I've already explained it in my business, day one. Day one. I five well, I made in my first, let's just say my first month. I remember what I made in my first month versus what I put in. Um, I don't know, almost 20 times my income in my first month from what I got, what I put in to get started, something like that. Now, my results aren't average or typical. It's not an income claim. It's not saying anyone who does what I do will earn the same amount of money. But I've earned seven figures in this profession, and it costs me little to nothing to ever get started. I haven't had a job in over 8 years, so I'm not speaking theoretically here whatsoever. But my experience may be different than other people's because, like I said, you got to figure out what best suits you. My business is an option for anyone, but so is any form of entrepreneurship is an option for anyone. You just have to take things into considerations. Into consideration. You have to think principles. You have to think like, what is going to pay me the most money? What can I do part time with my resources at hand that's going to be profitable? So that's just some things to consider. Like, I don't know. To me, it's like I can't even I can't even imagine this business model not being a part of my life because I can't I've been a student of entrepreneurship for 10 years. Studied the best leaders. I've gone to seminars. I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on masterminds. I've gone to Beverly Hills and Big Bear, California. I've sat with millionaires and thought leaders and influencers and have I've seen a lot in this space and in this not only my unique profession, but in the entire space of entrepreneurship. I've seen and observed a lot. Throughout all of that experience, I've never seen a better model for risk versus reward to be able to test your skills, for little to nothing to get started and have the ability to turn a profit so quickly and so substantially, and have the ability to scale and leverage and build an organization and a team that can pay you residually and earn you and has the potential to pay you 7 figures a year. And it's already being done by people. Now, do most people do that? Obviously not, because most people aren't business owners. Most people aren't entrepreneurs. Most people have an employee mindset. They get started in a business like this. They're not making money. Um, they're not, they have no influence, no credibility. They get started. They have no idea what they're doing. Someone told them, "Oh, it's so easy. You just sign up. We'll build it for you. We'll make money." So they have very unrealistic expectations. They don't build anything. They come in with an employee mindset. So if I give you this hour, I should get X number of dollars back. And their idea of employment is what they do at their job. They twiddle their thumbs. They do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. They get paid at the end of the day. It's security, but they're being paid on their time, not on their value. Come into the world of entrepreneurship, you're going to be paid in direct proportion to the value that you add to the marketplace. So you have to become more valuable. You, it's you. There's people that make $1 million a year in network marketing. There's people making no dollars a year in network marketing because of the value that they're adding to the marketplace, their influence, their credibility, their work ethic, their discipline, their industrious, I don't even know how to say that word. Their work ethic, industrious. But hey, you don't have to be that smart, evidently, to do this business, right? But it can be done. So if you wanted to make money in business, find someone who's making the money that you want to make, who has the lifestyle that you want to live. Find out what they're doing, ask good questions, and see if it's something that you want to do. Just don't risk money. Don't don't get investments and hire staff, and you don't even know if you can make money. You've never even tested the viability of that business model. Try things that you can try things that you can test and grow with with no risk, to see if even entrepreneurship's even for you, if you're willing to even put in the time and the effort to build an organization. You can't plant a garden and eat from it the next day, although, oh, we get paid daily, and you know if you get after it, you can make money quickly. But I'm talking about real wealth, 6 figures a year, multiple 6 figures a year, 7 figures a year, whatever it is you're after. It does take time to grow. It takes time to grow yourself as a leader. It takes time to grow a business, identify the people on your team who are leaders, um, developing, layers of profitability, residual income systems, having systems that are in place, which is another thing to consider when you are building a business. What systems are in place? That's what's so cool about franchises, and that's while most franchises tend to be more successful than just startup companies, because they already have tested the systems. They know if you do XYZ, you're going to get XYZ result. And if you do it enough times, a ratio will appear. We're going to spend this much money. We're going to do things this way. It's going to turn this much profit. The employee gets paid. You get paid. It takes this many years to be profitable. So if you can do this, put these systems in place, in 4 years, you're going to make money in a franchise. Well, the cool thing is about our business is we have leaders that have been doing this for years and years and years, who say, all right, here's the systems that we have in place. You don't have to invest startup capital. You don't have to have employees. You don't have to have inventory. You don't have to have accounts receivables and payables and business license and an accountant and all these things. You don't have to have all this stuff. You say, all right, you're coming in as an entrepreneur. All right, personal development. That's important. Grow yourself. Start networking. Meet new people. Test your skills as an entrepreneur. Build and grow an organization with whoever you want. Whoever you want. And every one of the people that you bring on board also have the same resources to have success. They have one of these. They have Facebook. They have a network. They have a social network. They can expand. They can grow. They're not your employee. You're not their boss. Whoever enrolls you into the business is not your boss. I'm not your boss. We're a team. We lift each other up. We encourage each other. It creates a very uh, cool atmosphere that's very conducive to growth for even the average person. So an average person could come in this and say, hey, I want to test my skills. I want to learn. I want to grow. I want to develop. I want to get around other entrepreneurs, other mentors, people who are living the life I want to live and learn from these people. There's no failure, well, unless you quit or if you lose money, which you can't lose money because there's no investment. And you only fail. I mean, you only quit if you decide to quit, which is fine. If it's not for you, you didn't lose anything, quit. Move on to something else. Go try a new business model. Test it. See if it's a better fit for you. There's people that come in network marketing that bounce around. They try this company for a little while, try that company, and then they find a home and they're like, wow, this is the best company. I love the products. I can get behind these products with integrity. I know that they give people good results. My team's winning. That was a big thing for me. If it's one thing if you win, but if your team's not winning, no, it doesn't feel good as a leader. But when everyone can win, when you have a very cool brand, very good marketable products that are unique, that are multi-patented, that they're internationally patented, they're backed by science. You know it gives people good results with their health and their life. So you feel good about getting behind these products. You can build distribution channels. You can build a team, an organization that scales, leverage your time, has the ability to pay you, has tremendous earning potential, but there's no risk. But you can grow and develop in that process. Hey, Denise, good morning. What's up, Jody Lynn? Thank you. Rodney, what's happening? What's happening? So, Ashley McNally, what's up? Yes. Sorry, I didn't see you guys, all these comments. Shannon, what's up? Good morning. So, anyway, long story short, oh, and speed. You can build momentum quickly. Any business that you get into, if you don't have the ability to build momentum, a plane can fly even if the engine's out. As long as that's forward momentum, the wind's going to get underneath the wings and still fly. So if you can build momentum and keep that momentum going, customers coming in, money coming in, you're going to create momentum. A lot of businesses, you can't even build the momentum because you can't get any money coming in because you never tested the business because you were investing and putting money out for vanity, for a business name, for a logo, for a website, for a domain, for staff, for employees, for products, for inventory, for license and accountants and all this stuff, assistants, equipment, computers, monitors, software, whatever it is, franchise fees, all this money, money, money going out, going out, going out. Well, eventually we'll make it back. Maybe, hopefully, you pray for one day to be profitable. When you can get into a business that has all that infrastructure in place already for you, but you as the entrepreneur, the single most important element variable that's going to make the difference in your success or not, whether it's that business or this business, the single element that that matters is you. Period. Period. I don't care what anybody says. That if there's someone in your company making a lot of money and you're not, the difference is you. Sorry, it's the truth. So why not come into a business where you can learn and grow and develop your skills, your abilities, your influence, your credibility, have the ability to turn profit with the resources that you already have at your disposal while not having to quit your job, while not having to leave your family, while not having to go to sleep stressed out or not even be able to go to sleep because you're stressed out, you're having heart problems because there's $100,000 on the line and all these employees, their bills, their families is on the line as well. And you feel an obligation. You're going to pay them before you pay yourself, hopefully, because they trusted you. They work for you. The business owns you, or none of that. Risk free. Come in. Let's see how I am. Let's see if I can be an entrepreneur. Let's see if I have what it takes. Let's see if I can fire the boss in 2 years, 4 years. The next 2 to 4 years is going to pass anyway. Just learn, grow, develop, get around people who are doing it. Learn from people who are actually making it happen. not going to business school where you're not making any money. You're paying money to sit in a classroom and learn from a professor, a business professor who makes $60,000 a year, who can't teach you how to make $1 million a year. Because if they knew how to make $1 million a year, they'd be making $1 million a year. They wouldn't be sitting in a classroom at the university telling people things out of a textbook and getting paid $60,000 a year. And you're sitting in there for 4 years of your life that you could be making business, learning things that may or may not be relevant, learning things that you can learn on your own on YouTube or from other mentors or in business who have actually done it and are actually making the money that you want. To me, that's preposterous. I can't even like as an entrepreneur, I don't even see that as a viable option. But people don't know better. They don't know what they don't know. And it's understandable, but that's why you got to get out and do things and experience and try things, trial and error, and learn without the risk of failure, without the risk of loss of money and time. If you're going to invest your time into something, don't you want to invest as little time as possible to know if it's something that you're going to like and want to continue to do and invest more time in, and that it's going to be profitable and that's something that you're going to enjoy and something that has potential to actually give you freedom in your life? You know what I mean? If I'm gonna master something, I want to know for a fact on the front end before I even get started that if I apply myself and put in my 10,000 hours to become an expert in this profession, in this field, that I know at the end of the tunnel, at the end of the day, when I execute this task at hand properly, that it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it to me. I'm going to have freedom. I'm going to be able to be with my family. I'm going to have money in the bank. I'm going to live a good life. And so that's why, to me, network marketing, it is the best and only option that I can see. If you know a better business model, that you can come to me and you say, "Hey, Justin, I got a better business model for you." And I'm not talking about I know there's a lot of volatility, volatility in crypto and investments and these things where you can put your money in, it pays you, and all those things. The Federal Trade Commission shut them down as soon as they come up. Don't show me any of that silliness. I'm talking about real business, customer centric models where you have a real product going to a real customer, real business. If you can show me a real business that takes little to no risk, that has the ability to scale and leverage and build big business, seven-figure potential, that you can do part-time with the resources that you already have at your disposal, show it to me. I would love to see it. I'm up for a debate with anyone and everyone about this. And you just be prepared. I haven't had a job in almost a decade, live a life of full autonomy. I've been profitable since literally day one. Show it to me. Let's compare notes. Let's grab coffee. I love talking business. And I'm not saying this from a confrontational manner. I love this. Like, this is what I love, you know? So I'm fired up. I mean, I get amped up about this. I'm only on here, right now because I committed to doing 100 days of content in a row. And this is day two. So I don't even know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow because I get fired up, but I'll come up with something. I'm sure I'll get on here and talk about something. But to me, this is so important. If you're an entrepreneur, I hope you took the time to listen. If you found value from this, please share it. Please share this in hopes that some aspiring young entrepreneur out there who's looking for a shot will see this and say, "Hey, here's some principles I should consider. Here's some things I should take into consideration if I'm going to ever start a business and become an entrepreneur." And I believe that these things will make a big difference in someone's life and save them a lot of time and money in the process. And hopefully find someone who says, "Hey, you know what? And maybe we should talk. Like, this interests me. I would love to have some time flexibility and financial flexibility and start building myself as a leader and as an entrepreneur, growing personally, growing my influence, making a difference in this world, becoming more valuable as a human being, and contributing more to others. Growth and contribution are the two most important things. And as far as your ability to succeed in business, I believe it's your desire for the success and your belief that you can actually get it done. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. So desire is going to get you in here watching the video, and creating the um, you'll start something, you'll do something, creating the action, the emotion in you to act and do something. That's the desire leads to all that. Your belief is your expectations. Henry Ford said, if you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right. So if you're going in this looking for all the reasons it's not going to work, it's not going to work. But if you get into this and say, I know it can be done, Justin's done it, I know people have done it, I can see the leaders in this profession who have done it, I know it can be done, and if it can be done, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to stop until I learn the skills. I'm not going to stop until I develop what's necessary to develop in the process to get it done, to have the result that I'm looking for. Come hell or high water, it's done. I will make it happen. If you have that type of belief, who's going to stop you? If you know it can be done, you know you're going to do it, you believe you're going to do it, you have the desire to get it done, who's going to stop you? No one. No one's going to stop you. You can't be stopped. So, with all that said, if you're catching this on the replay, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Whether you caught this live, sorry if I didn't give you a shout out. Try to catch everybody, but just get fired up. Just try something. Get out there in the world and just make something happen. Give, give of yourself. In that process of giving, you're going to find what you enjoy. Some of you are going to realize when you get involved in a business like this, it's not even what it does for you that's the most fulfilling. It's what you're able to do for other people that's so rewarding that it's going to hook you. I, I thought I wanted to be an entrepreneur in the beginning because I had self-serving goals, because I'm a car guy. I enjoy nice things. I do like the finer things in life. I was like, well, I can have this lifestyle. I can build a business. I can grow an organization. It's going to pay me. I'm going to be able to provide for my family. I'm going to have time freedom. It was me, 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 me in the very beginning, until I quickly became aware of the impact that I was having on other people around me by working hard and living my best life. It inspired other people to see what was possible and say, hey, I would like your help to do the same thing. And then when you do play even the smallest role in someone else's success, and you see a mom come home to her kids where the daycare was raising her kid, but now she's raising her kid because she's creating income from home, and you played even the slightest role in that, oh, oh, it's one thing when you walk across stage getting recognition for levels of, rank advancements and things that you've accomplished, feels pretty good. When someone on your team, someone who you've mentored, someone maybe introduced the business to, or someone who your business led to, may not even been you directly, someone you brought on board who knew someone, but then that person got involved and it changed their life. And you see that person walking across stage, getting, you know, recognized and celebrated where they used to be tolerated. Now they're being celebrated and they're just fired up about life, and their dreamers opened up and they're spending time with their family. They're making more money. And you knew, and you even had maybe the smallest role in that taking place. Way better than your own success. Way better than your own success. So as I grew and developed and saw the impact I was having on other people, my passion to serve came through. My passion to help others was amplified to an extreme level because I knew, okay, I have the ability to impact lots of people, to expand my territory, to make a difference in lots of lives. The Bible says, service to many leads to greatness. It's biblical. Service to many leads to greatness. So, all right, I could go. I've been on 44 minutes. I got to get off here. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for engaging. I appreciate you guys hopping on live. If you're watching the replay, it does take me some time to get warmed up on these lives. And in the first few minutes, I'm kind of all over the place and trying to find my groove. But when I get fired up, guys, I'm so passionate about this life because I've lived it. I've lived it, not 1 year, not 2 years, not 5 years. Almost 10 years. Over 8 years now. I've been living this life of freedom, and all I want. I don't like enjoying things just for myself. That's why I left the last company, came to this company, so more people on my team had the ability to win. And I just want to see other people win in life. When I see people who are successful, I don't resent that. I love it. I root them on, even if they're in other competitive companies in my own space. Even if it's people who I used to work with, some of them blocked me because I went off to do other things. I don't block anybody. Number one, if they're a hater, I want them to see me win. I want them to see me travel all over the world. I'm not going to block them. Number two, if they were on my team or if they're doing other things, I want to see them win. I comment. They think I'm commenting because I hope they want to join my business. That's not why I'm commenting. I genuinely love to see other people win. I genuinely love to see other people succeed. It's a difference in having an abundant mindset and a scarcity fixed mindset. When you have an abundant mindset, you're not worried about other people winning, or you want that. You want to see people win. I love to see people succeed. But when you have a scarcity mindset, you think anytime someone else is winning, it's taking away from you. That is not the case. That's not the case with success. That's not the case with achievements, accolades, anything in life, not even money. They just print money. Money is just printed every day, and just it's just out there. It's an illusion. It's not even anything. It's a tool. It's not even there's endless amounts of money. You making money does not have to take money from someone else, or you having success doesn't mean someone else is going to have less success. You can't think that way. You can't think that way. Just put your blinders on, figure out what you want to do, test some things out there in the entrepreneurial world. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're not, you're probably not listening to me anymore anyway, because I probably already pissed you off in the beginning, talking about jobs and slaves and all that stuff. If you want to be an entrepreneur, find someone who is living the life you want to live, and just help let them help you figure it out. Try things, figure it out. Don't risk a lot, but just know that it can be done. You can do this. So, all right, I'm out. I'm shutting up for real this time. I'm out of here. Thank you guys. Leave some comments, share if you want. Let me know what's up. Let's connect. And if you ever need anything at all, ever want to have a business conversation, I wasn't kidding about that earlier. I love to do it. We can hop on Zoom. We can meet. If you're in person, if you live in this area, I love it. I love it. I love life. I'm fired up. I'm more fired up today than I've ever been. I'm grateful, fired up, and I'm just ready to go out and make things happen. So thanks for listening, and we'll catch you soon. Take care, everybody.